seconds remaining.
Well, howdy, everybody. Top of the morning to you. I am
Top of the night to you.
Sir KotlGuy.
Alliances
Oh
turn
no!
to ban.
You didn't get it nice and firmly on there. Oh.
I am just not. I'm not slick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Team
So
Secrets
the
turn
reason we
to
have the
ban.
hats. This is going to be a fancy matchup, Fog. It's Alliance versus Secret. In other tournaments, you think this would be a grand frickin' final, but no. Secret, you're open qualifier winners. I've been hearing a lot about this team. I hear they're pretty good. And Alliance, well, TI3 champions.
10 seconds remaining.
A massive fans who follow them wherever they go, but they have
5 seconds
been on
remaining.
a cold streak. Fog, you were telling me earlier here. Let's talk about how streaky these teams both are right now.
Alliance coming out of Frankfurt, of course, we did see them struggle a bit. They did well in the first day, winning 3 times, but then afterwards they went on a 4-game loss streak, and then they even lost their last previous series versus Fantastic 5 just now, so they are on a 5-game losing streak, while Team Secret are actually on a 11-game winning streak. Of course, that is attributing to the open qualifiers, but they did have, they had some quick games in the beginning of the open qualifier, which is as expected, but then as it started to progress, they seemed to, find some challenges, even though they still came out ahead in all their games. But yeah, this one should be pretty damn good. I think that Secret look a little bit stronger, but they have been playing against different types of opponents. Alliance maybe just playing versus better opponents, and they may be struggling just a tiny little bit right now to adjust.
Definitely Secret on a bit of a hot streak here, and people have found them to be probably a little bit more in favorite for this matchup in particular. But as far as play styles go, we know Alliance with their play style, typically a bit more slower pace. They like to draw the games out and go longer. Is that something that could prove to be a bit of a problem with Secret in their play style? Do you think this almost works out to their benefit, and Secret are going to be able to kind of turn up the pace before Alliance can really hit their stride?
I think it's fine for Secret. They are, 5 very, big veterans on, even on both sides. Everybody in this series is pretty much a veteran just coming out. So I don't think the late game really will affect Secret too much. And I feel like it's a little bit early for them to, as a team, to really we don't know too much about them. Of course, they've been scrimming and stuff since Manila, but
yeah, I only heard about them a bit to this open qualifier run. So new team on the block, of course.
Yeah.
Timbersot, is this an early pick? I mean, when
them.
Timbersot was like hitting his stride, it was very good to counterback all these crazy strength cores, but now you don't even need to see the cores. They just get Timbersot. Is that to like limit the hero pool options for Alliance, or?
I think it's just a very contested hero between these two teams. Alliance picked first 2 at last game, pretty sure. Secret picked first 2 the game before that, so
really?
I think it's just heavy contested right now, and it's the same thing with this Darkseer for Secret. It's like either Darkseer picks up Beastmaster or Darkseer in the first 2, pretty much exclusively, or they just take 2 other heroes and then save the offlaner for last. But the Timbersaw is, like I was saying, it's just very contested between these teams.
Actually, you know what? I just remember now, Alliance are on a loss streak technically, but I don't think they include that show match they had recently against Na'Vi. They won that, right? They did win that. It wasn't. It was a show match, so take it for what it's worth. So they're not technically on a huge loss streak. They did get some wins against Na'Vi, who, hey, Na'Vi's invited to TI. These teams aren't. So they are considered a highly touted team comparison, but we'll have to see how much they contribute. That's funny. I guess maybe I haven't seen a lot of Alliance recently, but I never would have pictured a Timbersaw to be a highly contested pick for Alliance. But
it's just getting to be like that hero that just
teams need to know how to play.
Yeah, he's too strong. It's like Lifestealer. This game was ignored in the first 2. It's pretty much getting ignored in the bans too. So these teams just look to go for a different type of style than what we've been seeing out of pretty much everybody else, where they're still sticking with that like Ricky, Lifestealer, Slardar, standard.
Alliances turn to ban.
Speaking of Ricky, not touched yet. We'll see if it's something that could potentially be picked up here or not. While Alliance just have their opening Disruptor Jug grab here. They hold out for the potential ban. No support yet picked up here from Secret yet. Obviously, I've been going a lot for the Elder Titan, which is banned out now. Vengeful Spirit also going to be kind of taken off the table, but we have seen them in the past continue to go for stuff like the Witch Doctor from time to time. They could get puppies, still something like the Enchantress here. I'm happy to see that puppy had pulled out the Coddle recently even, so we'll see if that's the case or not.
You missed it, dude.
What happened?
It was Slack sleeping. He's
God
sleeping up there on the panel.
Poor guy, like, he's on a ridiculously long shift. In addition to the stuff he's been slated to cast, he's also been helping with the content stuff. They went out on site to shoot some things. He is definitely on the back end of his, I can't fault the guys.
Secret probably just go for their standard, their Lion here. They want some lockdown. It's a Palada hero.
Yeah, I kind of
10
got them a win at
seconds
Shanghai, so.
Great combos with the Darks here. They like to save their support
5
picks
seconds
generally,
remaining.
but pretty much all of Pai's other heroes are banned. They banned out the Venge, the Witch Doctor, and those are two that he's
Reserve
been playing
time.
pretty much exclusively for the new secret. So
Yeah.
maybe they'll go for the line here, maybe they'll go for just trying to hide his hero more, but I wouldn't. The only reason I would see them not picking the line is because Alliance is like very unlikely to pick it here. So they maybe want to just save that because they know they can.
Shadow Demon.
And they go for a Shadow Demon instead. So this is a bit of a change up, but it's very good versus the Disruptor and
Good against
general.
Jug too.
Good
I
versus
mean, you
Jug
can
later
avoid
on.
the Omni Slash plus the illusions will help mitigate the Omni Slash damage a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's not Avenge exactly, but he acts in a way like if he's outside of the Disruptor
10
ulti, you know, he can just put down
remaining.
whoever is focused on, and of course prevent them from the.
5
And also Soul
seconds
Catcher with
remaining.
Timbersaw is no joke at all. Like Timber already does an absurd amount of pure damage. If that's enhanced
Reserve
from
time.
Soul Catcher, then yeah.
Yeah, I just pulled my contact straight
You're
out of my
right,
eye on
man.
it.
You're right over there, dude.
I like rubbed my right eye, and it was like, and contact is out. All right, so I will be doing this one half blind, and we'll get that taken care of later. Shadow Demon though.
Team Secrets, turn to pick.
Do you think they can still pick up like a Terrorblade?
Looks pretty much what they're setting up for.
Yeah.
It's just something they've been liking a lot too. Alliance, no shocker, picking up the Rubik. They just pick it pretty much every game. They don't really care what it's played against.
And then Rubik
10
for Alliance
seconds
is
remaining.
something they've been playing a lot of. I remember watching them through
5
one of the
seconds
recent
remaining.
runs here. It's just been a very popular EGM grab. And a lot of great options here for him to kind of work with too. So,
They kind of strayed a little bit away from it before.
ooh,
Alliance's
Okay.
Axe
turn
comes
to
out
pick.
now. A lot of melee.
So this is
of
this is
brute
what
force.
Secret's been doing this in the open qualifiers too. They really like to run like the Axe Darks here because you know you can dual aggressive and just be obnoxious. You can also Ion Shell the Axe and he can just go do his own thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jungle much easier with that.
10
He's also
seconds
great versus
remaining.
Juggernaut in general. Of course, you can lock him down through the spin. You just call him pure
5
damage as well from
seconds
counter
remaining.
helix goes through it.
Yep.
Just a solid pickup, and it's a secret staple. They've been heavily
Reserve
favoring
time.
it. It might look a little weird on their draft because right now it looks like they're drafting for a single core, but it's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, had this been like a month ago, I'd be like, okay, they just drafted 3 offlaners here, but Secret have been making it work here. And we go back to the side of Alliance how yeah, still have to pick up potentially their S4 hero, and the Son of
Team
Magnus
Secrets,
is going to be
turn
here
to
before
bat.
us. The classic Jug Magnus combo here. When is the
It's
last
been
time
a long
S4
time
pulled-
since
yeah,
S4
I was like,
played
when is
it.
the last time
Literally
I've seen
just
him
checking
play
that.
this crap? Oh my god. It had been a while, unless they played in the show match, because that's not listed here. It
10
had been
seconds
quite a while
remaining.
since we have been blessed
I'm
by
gonna
the
find it.
Gustav Magnus.
I am going to find
5
this.
seconds
Because I know
remaining.
it's been at least a month, unless they played in that show match like you were saying.
Yeah,
Reserve
It's
time.
right.
a long time.
It's been more. It's like 4. I'm going back
Alliance's
like 4
turn
months
to
now.
bat.
It cannot have been that long.
Dude, unless I'm stupid, which is a high possibility.
Man. All right,
I'm seeing only like Tinies, Tiny Puck, Lash, DK, Vipers, some Panda. I'm
10
seeing no
seconds
mags.
remaining.
So
is this, it feels like this is entirely
5
for the
seconds
benefit of their
remaining.
own lineup. I mean, is it a good counterplay for what Secret already have? I mean,
Reserve
they're a
time.
pretty durable team. I don't know how much a Magnus is going to be able to do unless it's all strictly for the setup of this Jug.
they have an obnoxious combo. You know the Rubik Mag. You can just lift into a skewer back. And we do
Alliance's
see a
turn.
line.
Oh, they used to do that
used
like
to
all
do
the
it
time
all
too.
the time.
Oh my god.
And it's really potent, especially with the Disruptor. You can constantly just like throw people's movement all the way around all over the place. But yeah,
Yeah.
Alliance, like you're calling, they banned out the Terrorblade. They don't want to deal with the Shadow Demon plus Terrorblade combo because it is quite
10
lethal.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Still
And-
have other good options though. I mean,
Saving Bulldog's hero for last. So the
5 seconds
Broodmother is not an
remaining.
option here at all because versus Darkseer Axe, even Timbersaw, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna be pretty
absolutely
useless.
not. Yeah.
Reserve time.
I mean,
They have a tide, but he doesn't benefit from the empower. So yeah,
Nature's Prophet?
they go for
Team
back for
Secrets,
something
turn
more
to pick.
standard of their comfort style, and it gives them a more oriented lineup where they don't have to depend so much on ultimates, and they have more physical damage, and it gives them, you know, they have scouting with the treants, which Bulldog does really well.
Yeah.
He's also able to mess with the
10
short lane quite
seconds
heavily with
remaining.
treants, so Shadow Demon's pretty much going to be full zoning. And now Secret need to
5
pick up
seconds
their
remaining.
Envy hero. I mean, if you don't get Terrorblade, is a fallback like a Naga?
Reserve time.
They've switched it up a lot. They've liked Weaver a lot lately, but they also put him on Pugna recently, which I would not like this game by any means, but Yeah, I mean, there's still what? There's Sven. He struggles a bit versus
maybe Spectre
Tobiwan.
because you're going against a blinking Magnus and now a Nature's Prophet. I wonder if Spectre is something they consider. It does put them like 4 melee heroes.
They've got like very little lockdown right now in Secret too, but I don't think that Envy's hero is the one that's going to be
they have like
tying it all together.
No real stun. I mean, it's just like the call and a disruption, but
yeah, the combos are also banned. It's like Ember is there for the Darkseer Ember combo that people used to run, but he's not that great here. He's decent to catch the Furion.
Yeah.
Slark is banned.
Ran a Drow, but this is not a Drow lineup. All melee, so definitely not that. Ember was ran
Ember
recently.
Is a secret.
Weaver.
Ember would be like a secret pick, but
yeah.
I don't know how well it really fits into the draft.
Yeah, probably that or Weaver, really.
10 seconds
Looks
remaining.
like here.
Yeah.
Sven and Darkseer together, but again,
the
the melee.
Yeah,
okay.
I think the Sven is the more appropriate
A
one.
lot of melee.
About.
They have to all be in there. If they could get kited, but Alliance don't really have a lot to kite with, except
they don't
for
have that
Disruptor.
much damage either. You know, like on Alliance's side for Sven, if he gets buffed up a bit, he's going to be pretty much unkillable. They have to blow so much to actually just take him down. I really like that Sven pickup. It gives them an Ancient Clearer as well. They have the Wombo combo from the Darkseer.
Just careful of that Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, you don't want to get
stuck in the sprouted. Something memes, and
Arteezy's not on that team anymore.
Could be in a bit of a trouble, but they have assistance. I'm sure Shadow Demon's a great 4-staff candidate, for example, so they might have a way to kind of get Sven out of any sort of potential trouble here. But yeah, the Arteezy Timbersaw, man, have not seen that in quite a while. What are they saying? Volume?
Seems it might have some
10
audio
seconds
problem.
remaining.
Volume up. They can't hear anything. Why?
Can't hear anything? Really? Hello?
5
Hello? Oh,
seconds
I see the volume
remaining.
are meeting. I think they can hear us.
I think they can hear us. I don't know.
Oh, well, if there's a problem, I'm sure someone will let us know. And here we go. We're going to hop into the action now.
Hop into the predictions.
Hop into the predictions. And what are we going to
Prepare
get here?
for
Player, who
kill
gets the
streak.
longest kill streak?
I'm going to go with
Ooh.
Artur.
Oh, Timbersaw? Yeah.
Highest net worth,
that's a-
Artur.
that's
Player
a
who
safe
most
bet.
observer rewards, Artur.
Player with highest net worth at 25 minutes. Did you have that one too? Oh, no.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah, I
R2
did.
for that one as well.
Ake gets the first E ward. This is very important here. Secret, our puppy TP'd to get that ward up level 1 so they could get information in the enemy jungle, but Ake as well TP'd to bottom lane, instantly D-wards it, no hesitation, so looks like these teams did some research on each other before coming into this. And we have a green River Vial. Slime.
Ooh, that's disgusting.
And
That will be a
Bulldog
problem.
gives him the dots.
Yeah, not happy with that. Maybe he was looking to vial himself,
30
but
seconds
he
to
will have to
battle.
settle for the
Can
green
you
goo.
vial on a vial?
You know, I don't know.
I have not used enough vials.
I do not know. And it looks like it will be a rune split apiece here. No funny business really early on at this point, but you know, for Alliance, this looks like a pretty vanilla traditional Alliance, lineup, especially back in their heyday. You know, we are a bit skeptic to see if S4 will be rusty or not on his tried and true son of Magnus here.
Yeah, they're just straight going greed for a secret. Bulba already picks up the Iron Talon level 1. Axe as well, of course, he's going to be jungling too, so they're going to have pretty much 2 designated junglers. See what Alliance does to punish that.
And we'll see if there are volume troubles or not, people. Don't worry. We can't really do much about it right now, but I'm sure production will get on it when possible, and we'll get it adjusted accordingly. But yeah, Timber and Magnus. I feel like Timber always going to be happy and content if it's a one-on-one melee matchup, but obviously EGM is going to be here to kind of disrupt the flow a bit and the momentum and not allow Arteezy to get too much going, but he will go for that early reactive armor, which will just make his durability pretty damn ridiculous.
Are you lagging as well, or just me?
Just you. I'm actually okay right now.
Oh, mine's atrocious.
Yours is really bad. I mean, if you want to go for a reconnect, I wouldn't blame you on that front.
I'm gonna give it a couple more. Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, fair enough.
So really nice play there from Pi. Did a great job of getting, Shadow Poison level 1. Very good at clearing up the treants. He gets all 4 of them actually from Bulldog. So he gets some XP and some money that's going to be well needed. But Bulldog is going to always, like we were talking about, he's going to mess with that off lane very heavily. That's what Furions do.
Uh-oh.
EGM.
EGM is...
You know, Harry's positioning right
he
now.
knows that Bulba's jungling. He wants to do something about it, but now he finds himself in a 1 vs 3, and he is dead as hell. This is going to be your first blood. Not going to be able to make it to the camp there. And, he went in there with the intention to kind of disrupt Bulba a bit, but Bulba's going to be the one walking away with the first blood bonus. That is a dream come true for your Darkseer.
Yeah, that's That's just lovely. And look at Pi being such a sacrificial player. I would have popped the poison, but no, he gives it to Boba.
It feels so good when you're shouting him and you pop that poison. He does that like arm gesture, like pulls it down like some sort of WWE move. It's, you know, he'll hold the satisfaction of it.
Smart play though. Give it to Boba.
Yep.
He's going to be doing a triple stack very soon. Puppy as well, finding his levels nicely. Gets an Invis Rune. He skilled the Battle Hunger too, just to get that kill, which was very nice.
And poor Bulldog here is kind of stuck in a bit of a rut right now. 4-0 for your Nature's Prophet, and he can't really fall back on the jungle at this moment, so he'll just have to kind of find his business elsewhere. Do you think maybe just look to kind of find some global pickoffs? Do Alliance even have the potential for pickoffs? I suppose if they can do the, you know, classic Rubik Magnus combo, that would be their best bet, but even against a Timbersaw, that's not going to be easy.
Yeah, they're just trying to do whatever they can with this greed because Secret's being super greedy, so they're trying to respond. EGM is actually jungling it, the little satyrs near the mid lane right now, which is pretty funny. I mean, we've seen people do that when you're a ranged hero. You can kill them pretty easily without taking much damage. He's making sure to stack as well for S4, making sure he gets a good blink timing.
Yep, looks pretty good.
And then yeah, the bottom lane, they're putting a little bit of pressure on the tower when they miss the pulls, but other than that, it's pretty much exclusively just Ake and Loda trying to maximize, because that's like Secret's doing the same thing. Secret's just being very, very greedy right now.
Yeah, very similar to like what we saw in our last matchup from AF. Their Jug kind of just taking advantage of the free lane here. Ake holding by his side, and you know, Bulba does make his return now. He's at level 3, so he has the level 2 Iron Shell to kind of help disrupt it a bit, but Loda quick to kind of slice down these creeps and continue to pressure the tower as much as possible.
Yeah, it looks like Bulba went to the off lane, and now he's gonna actually, I think he's gonna give the stack to Puppy, it looks like. Puppy's pinging it out.
Oh yeah.
So it's a, like,
Dire's bottom
it's not a
tower is under
triple
attack.
stack, it's like a 2.5 kind of, because the Centaur is missing. But that's quite good for Puppy. He's gonna have very early Tranquil Boots as well as high level on himself.
How do they typically like to do this with the jungle axe? Is it once, you know, he's able to flash farm a Blink Dagger or level 6? Because right now he's definitely going to get a lot from this stack, so it could push him up to about 5.5, and obviously we'll finish out any Tranquils and pickup. But when does Publicly typically like to get proactive with this axe?
I think he actually does like a few different things from time to time. He usually just goes for the Rush Blink, but from time to time I think he gets the Vanguard, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think I'm wrong on that. He usually just rushes the Blink and they make plays with the Ion Shell. Because he's pretty much able to solo kill as soon as he gets it with an Ion Shell. He's just able to just blink call anybody and kill them. So at least for this lineup, I would expect the blink coming out really, really quickly instead of going for like a Vanguard rush. He's not really farming insanely fast, so usually he's like the blink and just goes for the setups with it. But this game he's buying the rain drop. Maybe he's gonna get involved a little bit earlier, just to pressure with Bulba so that the Juggernaut doesn't full free farm.
And he's heading bottom right now, but it could be just kind of work with the Ancient Camp. It looks like a bit. And thank you very much, Ice Frog.
And just someone did actually message it and said they did play the mag.
Oh, they did, the show match. Oh, okay. Maybe he like played it and he's like, you know what? It feels good to play Magus again, and they decide to pull it out once more.
Yeah, unfortunately did not get to catch that series.
Yeah, mine neither.
Wow, slacking. Look at us.
Whatever, man.
Can't watch them all.
But with that, we'll see.
Alright, we have the first smoke rotation now. Secret being the one to do it first. Shadow Demon ports down, smokes up the axe. Puppy's level 6.
Let's go.
Loda has been. Oh, he used
he used it. Yeah, now this is like going to definitely be the go-ahead for Secret, seeing that. When they make their move, disruption's there for Loda while they take care of the business here for Ake. Slicing him down a bit, not getting too much as far as damage outburst, but there's going to be the dunk, and it's going to finish up for the Ake on this one. Loda makes it deep behind the tower, pops out the Sal, will begin to heal on up, and Puppy changes target. Go for EGM, and boom! The double Ion Shell, and it's just so much. There's even more here. Another dunk. Triple dunks, triple kills for Puppy.
Alright. So yeah, he went for the instant getting involved very early with the smoke. This is a pretty common move for the Dire side to do to invade the enemy Radiant first tower, the tier 1 there. But it is early. They're a couple minutes ahead of time than usual, so I don't think Alliance expected that at all. I feel like there's a slight miscommunication on Secret there actually, because of the way like Pi saw the opportunity to put down the Jug, and then Puppy actually got the call and Disruptor, but I think he wanted to actually stop the Glimpse.
Yeah.
So it ends up working out amazing for them. You know, they get a triple kill. You can't complain for it at all, but
certainly not. And now Loda returns. He is muscling over Bulba right here, but Puppy lets him know that he's still hanging around. He's got the surge moves and gets the call. Can he get the burst? Yes, he does. That is 2 takedowns now on the Loda. Puppy now dominating on his action. They're not done yet. Arteezy here looks to charge on in. A bit low in the man department right now, but there is going to be an RP coming out from S4 himself. Good pump fake with the spear. Waits a bit, now gets it off. Burst comes through though with the help of the whirling blade of Arteezy, and with the surge, he hightails it the hell out of there. And with the benefit, of course, like you mentioned, of the raindrops, he is out and he is safe. Or not. Yep, EGM is going to be able to make a move for Bulba, but Bulba also still going to be good. Makes it into the side jump and creeps away from trouble. They can't get anyone down from Secret yet. And in fact, they might even take more with the help of the Battle Hunger and the Poison. Looks like EGM could also be going down. They will finally get a kill and get themselves on the board, but they lose another fort. 6-1 at about 7.5 minutes in.
Secret looking pretty dominant right at the start. Making the first moves, making the second move, making even the third move in the beginning of this game already. Constantly on the aggression, and Alliance just does not seem to see it coming at all right now.
Have not made any sort of attempt to address Envy at the top lane, but it looks like they will be able to make their move after the lift. Envy, though, goes for the TP, and they have no other way to stop it.
Very smart.
Very heads-up play.
Very smart fun.
And then lane, huge burst. Oh, catches him with the charge. That might be more helpful for Arteezy to stay nice and close. No Timber Chain, though, and no opportunity to get the finish. But
right there you saw this, but like that bottom fight showed you how strong Raindrop really is. Like, okay,
yes,
it didn't save Puppy by any means, but Arteezy literally blocked like 400 damage. Just, yeah, he's literally lived just because of Raindrop there.
Fog, put that mic closer to your mouth. People want to hear you.
You know what? I had to hear the last game and it was fine, so you know what? I'm gonna blame Rob.
That's because nobody was watching last game.
That's true. We had like...
Now that Alliance is on, everybody's watching. And of course this new Secret squad that's kind of doing pretty good. But they are smoked up.
I'm eating it.
Yeah, you have to eat the mic. That's when you know you're doing it right. Low. Just stick it right down that socket that's right there. I can't say that word. I'm just going to pass on it there. But here comes Secret, smoked it from behind. I don't even know why I bothered.
Oh,
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
But, I mean, Secret, pressure. No, it's something Alliance just don't really typically like to go for here. Definitely a more slow-paced kind of a team, and Secret will just kind of pick up the pieces. But Alliance is going to make the move mid lane. Can they get Arteezy down? Creeping in first.
He's pretty tanky. They do have a disrupt royalty, though. I think they're going to have to expend everything on him. EGM only level 4. This is very rare to see. Secret picking up all their tools already. I mean, Puppy is number 2 net worth in the game as the support axe. Of course, he did get the clear Bulba stack, which benefited him enormously. He also got a triple kill, of course. But still, they're putting a lot of pressure onto Alliance. They took the tier 1 already, which is extremely beneficial for them, and everything is just looking like it's going for them, going their way right now. Alliance does steal a little bit of a neutral stack from Secret there, but
they were hoping to get like a kill on Arteezy in that moment, I'm sure, and they had to settle for invading the jungle and just kind of taking all the Secret resources
We
there.
kind of really haven't even glanced at Bulldog this game, but he picked up that kill on the Shadow Demon down in the bottom lane just now, and he's done quite well for himself. Phase drum, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not too unexpected for a Furon who's, you know, you can just kind of resort to the jungle after pressuring the lane a bit, and they don't really have too much kill potential on him. But he's done a really good job of disrupting them a little bit as well. Top lane. Yeah.
They might glimpse back Bulba here. It looks like they will right into a static storm. Pi can't stay more disruption. It won't be able to avoid the shockwave, but that's what's going to be waiting. Pops up the illusion, bumps back Bulba. Bulba tries to move in, and well, he's not going to have a lot to do except drop out the wall and just dish out what damage is going to be possible. But without any sort of additional follow-up from Secret, they're just going to have to let their Darkseer fall and just kind of take it as it is.
They didn't even care to respond.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, well, we're farming the whole Radiant jungle.
Yep.
We put aggressive wards down, and we have Arteezy farming mid lane. If we lose our Darkseer to like a 3-man gank with like 2 ultimates, like whatever, it's not really that big of a loss. We don't lose an objective, and we gain a ton all around the map, while Puppy is still just farming, has his Blink Dagger finished up.
That is gross. And with that, I'm sure more momentum, and it looks like mid lane. Who's got the good stuff? No one? No smoke play here. It's like they're just gonna take their business and head out.
No, they do. Yeah, they want to smoke. I was gonna say.
Yeah, what? Do they have it? Oh, well.
Puppy used his right away. Bulba has him Iron Shield up. They're gonna be looking for a play on this next objective in the mid lane.
Okay, Blink is for Ake. Oh, he is
Radiant's
definitely
middle
dead.
tower is under attack.
Another dunk here. Every kill from Puppy has been a dunk. Mega kill.
Puppy participating in all 7 kills as a jungling axe, guys. You can learn this and make sure to do this in your pubs.
Yeah.
Alright, pick the axe and be sure to be involved in every single kill somehow.
Yeah. Don't just go in the jungle and come back in 30 minutes.
Skill battle hunger level 2. You heard it here first.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Alliance are just going to have to take the hit on the chin and get back into the grind. What are they waiting for? I mean, they have now.
They need their blink on mag.
They got it.
Okay, so that's gonna be their window. They need to
Radiant's
smoke up.
bottom tower is
Just
under
let's
attack.
do it. Alliance, the Swedes, they got to do it here and now. I mean, already just too much momentum on the side of Secret, and if they cannot disrupt this momentum at all, I mean...
They have a lot of damage right now, though. They have Chakram stolen on Rubik, which pumps out incredible DPS.
Yep.
Disruptor has the ultimate, like we were talking about. Blink Dagger on mag. They have the abilities to take a big engagement versus Secret, but I don't think Secret's going to give them that opportunity. They have the Shadow Demon just chilling, farming top safely. Puppy's the only one who's in a very precarious position right now.
He waits, he gets pulled back into a Stag Storm, and there we're going to see all that damage dished out, including that stolen Chakram, and it's going to be enough to slice through Puppy, and that's a bounty on his head, a mega kill streak that's going to be going.
And they know
the
that
GM.
They 100% know that there's a ward now in the Radiant jungle. Fortunately for Alliance, though, the ward is going to be despawning very soon, so they already got what they wanted out of that ward, for the most part, getting that big bounty kill as you were talking about on Puppy. But still, they had to expend, again, 2 ultis. They used the Furion and the Disruptor ult, and a lot of time and movement, and they only get themselves the Axe. It is a good bounty, but at the same time, Envy was farming the whole jungle again. Boba was pushing out waves.
Yeah, Envy has been the quietest one this game, obviously. 0-0-0, but where he's been quiet, he has been slashing through these creeps and just seriously farming. Armlet, Echo Saber on the way, 114 last hits. The next closest is Arteezy with 85 mid lane. Looking to make a move. Wall's been dropped. They get the disruption here for Ake, and he just gets slashed apart.
They're going to de-ward that instantly, so it's a de-ward and a free kill. Very unfortunate for Alliance there. They were trying to set up to get an objective, but Secret doing a very good job and very keen at defending those tier 1s. Like, they're all pretty much 3/4 or healthier when you're playing versus a Furion. And that's very detrimental to Alliance. It opens up the map so much for Secret, being able to just waltz into the Radiant jungle farm, while they're also pushing out the other 2 lanes with Ion Shell and with the Shadow Demon. It gives them so many opportunities and so many more places to farm. Arteezy's just kind of like chilling and farming jungle mostly. About to pick up his Soul Booster for his Bloodstone. Had to use his Arcane Boots first, of course. Echo Saber finished up for Sven with an Armlet, so he's pretty much got his timings now. Usually you don't really see both of those items picked up, I want to say. Maybe not always. But he's got him in 3-14 minutes.
So why not,
Armlet
right?
and an Echo Saber, so it's pretty damn intimidating for a Sven.
Yeah, for the rest of Secret, it's been like a 4-man hit squad, if even that, and they've been able to get everything they need from this game. And for Alliance to kind of get the short end of the stick as far as farm on the map when they have a lineup like this, that's not good at all. They had made that movement and hustled to the bottom lane to try to take the momentum shift back. They only got the 1 kill on Puppy, and can't help but feel like they're still going to be left unsatisfied with how this mid game is already developing. They really need to kind of change the tide of this one if they want to have a chance to Secret continue to blossom into a serious force.
Ake Ake placed the most wards by 15, so 7 wards for him for your stats. For your
what the hell did I put down? I just
you buddy GM.
Yeah, my bad.
Now,
I rushed through it.
We do see some aggressive warding again by Secret, keeping a vision in the enemy jungle. Pretty standard coming out when people are playing on the dire side. They're just, like we're saying, they're playing the economy game right now. They did what they needed to do in the early game with the Axe, and now it's just like everybody farm, get your items. Boba's got his mech. Maybe now they want to go for a timing and go for a fight, but they don't feel rushed at all. It's on It's on Alliance to really do anything. They even went for the Vanguard build on Loda. He does have Empower to give him a bit of a boost, but yeah, Secret's just farming more of the map from them right now.
Secret, it's like they knew they had what they wanted to get done in the first part of this game, and they got everything they asked for and then some. You know, Bulba straight to the jungle farming up. He was blessed with that first blood. Puppy was able to take that stack right his way, and he was blessed with a triple kill.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're doing fantastic. There's no reason for us to continue to get our hands dirty. We could just now starve them out on the map with how much more of a force we are, and it's all on Alliance to kind of try to take this game back. And we don't know Alliance to be kind of that team to really bring the game back when they're already so far behind in the early stage. They're a team that really thrives on staying up and ahead and starving out their opponents. So,
yeah. They smoke to their carry bottom lane. They de-ward the fresh ward that Secret just placed, which was nicely done by them. Top lane, Puppy, just farming some treants with Blink.
We're gonna make a jump for that. The bottom lane. Envy pops out God Strength, walks himself into a static storm as Loda and S4 make their move in. Oh! Swinging a miss on the skewer with the help of the Highline guy, and the disruption will avoid it. Glimpse back, but not before Arteezy gets the kill. Now they move in. S4 is gonna get the RP off for Puppy. Puppy now sprouted up. He is locked in. A death trap. It will be going down. The one fall from Secret so far. A 2-for-1 trade right at this moment, and shifty move from Bulldog, but they got the vacuum. They cancel the TP and they take down the Bulldog. It's going to be a 3-for-1 trade, a double kill for Arteezy. And after being glimpsed out, he already makes another return to get the kill. So Alliance cannot keep Secret off their back. And that was them taking the initiative, making the deep dive for Arteezy and not being able to really get a lot done from it.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon pick is working out famously both times now. It didn't save Boba in the top lane when he disrupted him, but there, that disruption absolutely saved Envy, put him in position to just kind of like run away while the rest of the team ran in and cleaned up. And Ake definitely going down here. Bloodstone charges, yay!
Nice and early too.
Just
already
gets
up
Bloodstone, gets 13 charges.
Shackle will be taken again here from EGM, and it was a tool they used nicely to be able to get that one pick off for Puppy, but...
And again, Pi doing pretty much what I was talking about. You know, you always want to have a ward in the enemy jungle. He places another one just again, leaving the map open to yourself. You're able to see opportunities if maybe you can sneak a rush. It's very unlikely versus the side of Alliance, but still, you know, keeping that information in the enemy jungle is always super important, especially when you're on the dire side.
He's sitting on a decent chunk of change here as Pi at about 1,500 gold. Do you think he's saving up to get something like the Force Staff? I don't know.
Force, Blink.
Ether Lens. It's not too bad on Shout even. Longer range to save with disruption.
Yeah, it's not quite bad at all. I think any of those options are quite good. I think Force Staff is probably the most desirable, but I think Pi can make any decision that he wants. I think all of them can work depending on how you position.
Yeah, they're pretty far ahead at this point. I'm sure they have a lot more flexibility than we can even give them credit for. With Arteezy having the Bloodstone, I mean, it's just so easy for him to flash and farm across this game. It's really on Alliance here to kind of stop them from moving so far forward. But Loda is going for a Diffusal Blade pickup here. And we'll just have to see if that's going to be enough to get him up and ahead. He's second in net worth here, only to Envy. He's only up and ahead by just a few hundred gold. But if these two were to match up right now, it just feels like the team fight from Secret is just so much more significant. We're still waiting for that monster RP from S4 in this game.
Yeah, Secret's just not going to give him the opportunity. And Alliance, or S4, it looks like he's going for a mech on the mag.
Yeah, it's either that or Crimson Guard. I don't think so.
Possible. It would be very different from what he's done previously on the mag, but not totally unexpected.
But maybe they just, I guess maybe they just feel they need a mech, and there's no other real mech candidate on this team. I guess Nature's Prophet could have been, but he opted to go for that more drums and a force build-up even. So, some serious kale happening here. Where you running at, boy? Okay.
Oh,
they teleport.
Wow, nothing even. No one really moved. That was peculiar. Now we do see another smoke coming up from Secret. We have Envy smoked up at the at the Radiant Ancients. But I don't know if they're gonna catch anything. They might catch S4 right now on the high ground.
Yes. Ooh, S4 gets the convenient pop and will blink away before trouble gets there, but that doesn't stop their chase. And chase is something Secret certainly have a lot of fog. And Chain with Surge, with Blink. Oh, they will catch him, drag him towards the rest of Secret, and dunk him down.
Yep, that ward paying off for Secret already. It's up to 3 minutes, and it gets them the kill already. So, nicely done by them there, and they might even be able to get a Roshan off of it. Yep. But Alliance looks like they kind of look like they want to contest it, but I don't think that they can by any means. No.
God, that's nice. I mean, you don't even consider the fact that the disruption with an axe on your team too. He just sends the illusions to the lanes or camps and just quickly farms them down and keeps them, keeps the pressure off. And
it was something people were talking about. It's like a cheeky trick. It's like the Morphling Axe combo. And then
God.
you like later on in the game when you're actually able to farm each, it's basically just a replicate, but no one's really pulled it out much. But yeah, it's a nice cheeky combo having the disruption illusions, and Pi actually does go for that blink dagger.
All right.
I really like that because he was just saving up for the gold. I figured it had to be the blink. If not, he was just kind of like just deciding. Like there's no really point to just save up your money like that if you're gonna go for a 4-set.
Definitely allows him now to be in more of that safe reserve defensive position if he needs to be there at a moment's notice to save an ally, or maybe to blink forward and help with the initiative. Just such a versatile tool, and as if Secret didn't have enough nice tools
Radiant's
to work
middle
with.
tower
He can
is
play
under
super
attack.
far back. You mentioned in the last game, the support's playing super far back. This is another one where I will just
Patience. Patience is fine, sure. S4 continues to try to struggle in throwing together the mech for his team in hopes that that would be enough to kind of counter the pressure of Secret, could help prevent the easy dunkage coming out from Puppy a bit, but as he tries to farm a mech, I mean, you're looking at people like Arteezy, who's really nice Bloodstone down, but quickly has boots of travel, 1,600 gold. It's just getting a bit out of control here. We'll glance at the net worth. It's becoming nearly a 10k net worth advantage. It's already a 10k plus XP advantage.
Yeah, and you can just like, even if you don't really understand like that much of Dota and stuff, you can just look at the map and you can tell the feeling that you're getting. Like Secret is playing across the river, they're farming quite aggressively in a manner, and Alliance's wards are purely defensive. They have the most defensive wards I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, let's look
so
at
you can tell that they are feeling quite pressured by Secret, and they're feeling very suffocated.
Which, I mean, when you're going against Team Alliance, that usually could be the Achilles heel for them. A team that likes to definitely take things a bit more slow paced, but you know, unless they occasionally throw out that drow lineup, of course. But nonetheless, Secret just continue to go down their checklist.
Yeah, they've got their BKB now on the Sven. He's pretty much unkillable unless he dives super hard or gets skewered back in a very weird manner. But he's hanging on to his Quelling Blade, which he needs to. I mean, we were talking about it kind of in a joking manner, but you really, you don't want to even have a TP versus a Fury on Sven, especially if you're going to take fights. Quelling Blade improves your farming rate, obviously, but yeah, of course, the Sprout can be quite devastating versus any melee heroes.
Yeah. And, without the Shadow Demon going to Force Staff, you don't have the backup potential there. Yeah. So he'll hold it for now until maybe a Force Staff's in order or some other way to kind of assist him.
To getting a Force Staff.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Second mobility there for your Axe. And now comes Secret, beginning to pressure. I mean, they already have that Aegis. It's, getting ready to the clock's ticking. So if they want to kind of get some use out of it and pressure these tier 2s, now would probably be the best time. And they're here, lingering around this mid lane. Alliance aware that Secret are going to be looking to kind of build up this bit of a push. We'll see if they defend it all. For now, Pylai though uses that Puppy disruption, and we'll
go get him, Puppy illusions.
Try to cut down these creeps as they do spawn, maybe, or at least just scout.
Hey, what's up?
Very frustrating.
14-second Axe illusion.
Cancel that blink dagger.
It's just ridiculous that they last for 14 seconds now.
It's so nice. And Soul Catcher, full combo, merged up. This Shadow Demon can do a lot of work just on the 1v1 if he gets a lot of poison damage off, and he's getting a good mount. Ooh, swing and a miss on the Timber Chain from Arteezy, but he steps into the chakra. Big back jump in from Puppy. He's going through the telekinesis, and now a drop, the big one from Aki. Huge that score. My God, Alliance, they wait a long time to get up a combo like that, but is it enough? Envy still secures a double kill for himself. It turns into a 2-for-2. Aegis will be taken down. Envy hustles into the base, slashes down with the assistance from Arteezy, takes out Loda. And Secret will continue to get the Benred of these trades, walk away.
That was
actually
extreme fight for Alliance.
Yeah, they actually still end up kind of coming out on top in net worth, only because of how far behind they were, but that's as good as it gets for Alliance, in the fight.
It was pretty much perfect fight for them. Like, they got the three-man...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
This.
Alright, well, we're going to reconnect. We're going to be back in. I'm going to be reminded my terrible predictions, and let's figure out what the hell has been happening. Not a whole lot. No new casualties, it looks like here. And as we mentioned, Alliance, their best fight so far, big wombo combo factor. Secret still kind of take down a little bit of extra. And that's it, though. They don't really get anything on the objective territory. The tier 2 is still standing. And we'll just have to hope that that is one step in the right direction for Alliance. But I don't know, that feels like a long shot right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got all their blanks that they need finished up on Secret. Even, you know, the Blink Down and the Shadow Demon we were talking about. They've got the 4-step finished up on Axe. They've got pretty much all their tools that they need for the engagements. While Alliance, they still need Loader to have more farm. They have a nice smoke, but they need either like the perfect setups into a massive wombo combo or just a pick off before the fight happens. And this could be it right here.
This could be it. They make a jump for Envy. They skew him right back, and he goes down fast. Alliance staggering to quickly find any sort of leftovers here. It looks like they're going to be able to come across Pi. EGM waiting for a telekinesis, but it's going to be about 10 seconds. And, well, Disruption, counterplay, jumped in, no. Confident Secret makes their move. Another stack, so going to be dropped from Ake, though. Probably able to barely finagle his way out from that trouble. And Alliance will be able to withstand. They lose nobody here. Secret drops 3, and they're not done yet. Alliance on the comeback now. Looking to make it 4. They'll get it, and they lose nobody. Oh, man, the swing of net worth that's soon to come their way is going to be pretty damn dramatic.
As soon as Envy dies, I feel like they just can't fight. Like, that was very, very bold by them going for that. I can see what they're... Oh, no, Bulldog.
Ooh.
Oh, the Hurricane Pike.
Wow. He has a Hurricane Pike. Don't see that very often in Nature's Prophet. Glimpse back as the Timber Chain is there, but...
It's a great item on the hero. I mean, everything, you benefit from everything on it, but it's a late game build up. So he's going for a straight up right click. He's going to be that DPSer, as we usually do see Bulldog do. But yeah, Secret just making quite a big misplay, but also Alliance seizing on an opportunity. Like we were talking about, you know, the only way that they win these fights is if they pick someone off right away at the start of it using their ultimates, and they did that. So that was really well done by them, and they need to keep doing that as this game progresses. And it looks like that lag spike actually hugely benefited Alliance.
It really did. It gave them a moment. I don't know if they experienced the same lag spike, but nonetheless, they get their own spike, and that is a return of the net worth here. It only gets them back to about a 10k deficit, so yeah, it's a step in the right direction, but they still have 5 more steps to go, I feel.
Yeah, Secret, I feel they're doing it just, I really want to point out just because they're doing such a great job of supporting. It's like constantly they have these really, really aggressive warriors that are just constantly seeing Alliance's movement, also seeing what's going on the map just in general, like where they can farm, where they can play more aggressively, and they even place like 1 or 2 defensive ones in their own jungle.
Oh, Envy jumps in for S4, trying to go for the one-man one-on-one takedown. Not to be able to get an EGM is there, stepped in with a blink, just starts to go off, back below, okay, drops down the stack, from ends up getting dropped himself while Arteezy will be the trade. A better one for Alliance, but Envy not done yet. Step forward, oh, that damage! Not gonna be enough, good 4-step, help save Jerry back into his base. They look for S4 again. Defensive Sprout's not gonna be enough to save him on this one. The first takes him down. They move on in. Secret going in deep. 2D, baby. Lose another two. Bulba glitched back into trouble. And Alliance again will be getting the better trade in this fight. I said 5 steps, now down to what, 3? It feels. Loda with the double kill. Again, they'll benefit from a network swing. Alliance on the up and up now.
Secret playing a bit too aggressive. Envy going for that solo pickoff play on the mag. Paying off. Yeah, he's just paying heavily for his mistake there. Arteezy gets pretty much crushed by the individual Omni Slash with the Diffusal Blade, plus then the Disruptor ulti on top. So he's probably going to be looking toward maybe a more defensive item, maybe a Yules or something else to be able to avoid all that damage. But he missed like 4 Timber Chains in a row in farming the jungle.
Dare I say tilting?
I hope not. I mean, it's not really looking like they're tilting. It just looks like Alliance is finding the opportunities here. Those past few plays were, the big one was at the Ancients, and then the last one I feel like Secret just played a little bit cocky, a little bit over aggressive, and they paid for it. Just you're fighting into tier 3s when the tier 2's still up. You're gonna get RP'd back, and they have a lot of control on Alliance. Like if you're not in the proper position, you don't have your Calling Blade anymore. You can get sprouted up heavily. You can get kinetic field. You can get RP'd. Go through BKB constantly. You really have to watch your positioning.
It's a very disciplined team, man, and they're very good at recognizing mistakes made and punishing teams for it. It's just when you're going to get Secret, and from what we were seeing in the first half of the game, they're just not a team that's really putting out a lot of mistakes. But here now, maybe getting a bit, as you mentioned, over-aggressive, over-assertive. That is when Alliance can really shine, and goading them into these awkward positions. So, yeah, very beneficial. And now I don't know, attention on the new Roche, I assume, and I would bet anything Secret are going to have the more initiative to be able to take it down. But do you think Alliance should consider contesting it? Will they even have time to contest it?
I think it's pretty hard for them to contest this. Like, he kills it so fast, and it's also just a fear factor, you know? Like, playing into a Dark here in a big team fight, if you don't get the pick off like we were talking about, like we were saying before, you can just die. But if you're not all properly set up for the fight, you can just lose the fight instantly, pretty much. Like, if they hit 2 or 3 heroes with a vacuum Sven combo, they're all dead.
Yeah. God, all their team is very good in like choke point fighting as well. So that's where Lions really need to watch their positioning on where they want to take these fights.
It's the same thing as before, though. It's just, they need to go for those like small little pickoffs and everything before they go for this, and they might actually be able to get this fight that they want here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Even after Secret are the ones that take down the Roche and get the Aegis here, it's Alliance that are moving forward to find the pick. It looks like they'll be able to catch out KotlGuy here. Not making it away whatsoever. Even if he got over there to a force, they had a Thunder Strike and a Glimpse waiting for him, so would not have been easy to bail him out, and it will be a support takedown. Alliance really on a serious hot streak here in the past like 10 minutes.
Yeah, throwing people all over the place. Loda's getting quite strong. He's got his Scotty now as well as his Manta and his Diffusal, so he's super tanky. He's got heavy amount of armor for the burst from the Sven, so he should be able to tank a few hits quite easily now at this point. And NB is picking up his AC.
EGM has been spotted. They found him in the trees, and before he could TP away, they had a vacuum to cancel it out. And now he's just going to try his best to juke around, but that's not going to be happening. Arteezy will pick that one up, and now is on a mega kill.
With an Ag in him.
Man, he got on a mega kill streak real fast.
Yeah, and he got that Ags really quickly. He was struggling kind of hardly on the money department a couple minutes ago when he took that engagement, but very quickly picks up 4,000 gold and acquires his double chakram. Meanwhile, Puppey picks up a gem, and Envy picks up his assault burst.
So nice to have that Agnums too. Like, for whatever reason, if Alliance are able to build up enough momentum to pressure Secret inside their own base, I mean, now they have a serious amount of high ground defense. So, as mentioned in the last series, how good Darkseer can be, but now you have a Timber Saw who has the double chakram to work with to clear out the waves. Sven's good at clearing out waves. Axe is good. This is going to be a tough challenge. I mean, if Alliance are able to push past this point in the game, it's still going to be a whole nother hurdle to jump to kind of get inside the base of Secret. Yeah, without pickoffs, you know.
It's really hard for both teams to break the high ground. Like, Sven is okay at breaking high ground. Juggernaut and Furion are better at clearing the high ground, especially because they have Empower. But at the same time, Secret, it's like both these teams, it's really so much down to initiation in these fights, because one wombo combo from Alliance, it can be absolutely devastating for Secret. Same thing goes the other way around. If Secret gets a big wombo combo with the Axe and the Darkseer and the Sven, it's pretty much just an instantly lost fight for Alliance. So this is a very execution-based game that we're going to be having right now. Both lineups scale quite well into the late game. I'd say Alliance probably scales a little bit better just because they have a lot more physical damage, but you can't really count Darkseer out because the wall scales very heavily. They have Blade Mail on Axe, which scales very heavily. The only thing that I would say is just like this Empower, it's going to start adding up a lot on the Juggernaut and the Furion.
Oh, for sure. And once that comes together, a beautifully set RP could lead to disaster here for Secret. It looks like S4 is going to be trying to finish out possibly a 4 staff to kind of help a bit in the kiting department. I mean, we already witnessed how Secret did commit a lot for these big melee bruisers here. But of course they have Lynx and Timber Chains and stuff, so, and Surge. And as you mentioned, it could just come down to some serious execution play. The nice thing for Alliance is, you know, it felt like draft-wise it was going to be a lot on the Loda to kind of pull this out in the real damage department, but Bulldog is putting together a pretty serious right-click, and he's got about 3,600 gold in reserve.
Oh, Bulldog's having a great game. Like, it's just hard to really comment it because he's a Furon. He's doing his positioning right. He's just having to stay on the outsides of the fights a bit, throw his ultimate, get small pickoffs, and just make sure he doesn't die because he's worth a lot of money. He just has to be very careful with his positioning in the fights and how he really takes the fights.
Arteezy Thunder strikes here. They will glimpse him back, yes, and no statics will follow up. They will get the Sprout, the pullback. They're trying to force him down. Beautiful skewer to get inside the base, but he does manage the Timber Chain back to the low ground on the outside, but he's almost down. Envy jumps in though. Oh, he's trying to get Loda, but he gets forced. push him away, but he is still getting slacked down. There's a fallen Sprout there. It's going to be the Culling Bud get him out through the Sprout, and they will get loaded down. Out for 80 seconds unless he does buy back. And Secret might force him to dip into the piggy bank at this point. They will finally be able to burst down Arteezy and force him to use that Aegis. Ake waits, no glimpses available, and he will just quickly blink out on that new spawn and go right for the tower instead.
This is perfect opportunity right now for Secret though. Of course, like even before they kill the Juggernaut, they have their item timings to go at this current moment. This is their best time to go for taking racks. The ultimates are expended though, the wall is down, the God strength is down.
They're waiting though, I mean,
they just maybe keep an eye on S4.
Yeah. If S4 jumps in, they time to jump in with the buyback, the RP skewer back, they might be able to make a big play happen here, but the stars have to align, and they're not lining up quite yet, and Secret will continue to just take this opportunity to put some work in on these racks while Arteezy softens up the backliners as much as possible, and he begins to crush down the racks. He's going to go for the range, can't even finish it off yet. Puppy looks to move back in to finish what was started.
Arteezy's literally just messing with the blink dagger from S4. Yep. Gonna get glimpse back now. There's a skewer.
Oh, good. Telson will cancel the Timber Chain, and he gets suicide off. Yeah.
Nice hold by Alliance there.
And they didn't even have to use the buyback. So
no buyback, no RP used, no Disruptor ulti used, and they pick up an Orchid on the Furion. So a nice hold there by them. Not a huge swing by any means. They got the range rack for Secret, and they got a good amount of damage on the melee racks as well as the tier 4, but or tier 3, sorry, but yep. Decent hold for Alliance. They have to be pretty happy with that.
Definitely could have been a lot worse, but now Loda will be able to reserve that money and quickly invest into a Blink Dagger, it would appear. And now we can see if Alliance are going to use this opportunity now that Secret down in Aegis and perhaps in a couple of cooldowns, maybe move forward with their own fight, or if they're. Well, what do you think? Do Alliance just continue to play the farm game? I mean, I don't see that they have the better late game. I mean, Sven versus Jug really could go either way. It does just continue to feel like the team with the better execution. But Secret still hold that farm advantage in the meantime.
Yeah, I think they hold the farm advantage, but like we were talking about, Empower can scale insanely hard.
Yeah.
So can RP. It goes through BKB, and Envy is he's at his peak point for the current time. Until he starts selling items, he's peaked out. So he's gonna need to be picking up like the crit and everything soon if that's what he opts for. And Moonshard, of course. Yeah. But Jug still has quite a ways to go. You know, he can finish his Diffusal too. He can finish his Abyssal Blade. And he's always got Empower. He's always got that little edge because of the Magnus. And EGM's actually been really on point too. He's been stealing Chakram pretty much all these engagements.
He is a Rubik fiend here, and for Alliance, they continue to congregate up here in the top lane, considering a move towards this tier 2, but are keeping eyes for Secret on what they're going to look to rotate, because they could head straight up north. But obviously Alliance with this high ground ward would catch any sort of interception unless Secret do smoke, which it looks like they do.
Yeah, like this game is also like it's pretty hard for Secret to really like just catch Bulldog. It's very obvious if they're gonna go for a kill on him, so he's gonna be able to actually, as this game progresses, he's gonna be able to split push quite safely in a manner before the boost travel come up to Secret.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Man, Secret just beelining it for the base of Alliance though.
I think they're feeling their timing window.
Yeah.
They have everything that they need, like we were talking about. They even have a DD on Sven now, so they have all the components they need to go try to break this rack. They just need to find the opportunity and seize it, which is very difficult.
Jump in from Puppy, but we'll kind of just drop Bulldog a bit forward. Hits him with a double Chakram, and suddenly Bulldog lost half of his life. It might need to pull back. Envy, meanwhile, will be telekinesis, and only Warcry will be stolen from EGM.
20 armor every 14 seconds for 8 seconds. It's like
that's pretty good.
60% uptime, maybe even more. That's a very, very good skill for Rubik right now in this instance. Bloodthorn finished up for Bulldog, so pretty early Bloodthorn. Don't think we've really seen it as a like third item too often, but it does add a lot of damage potential for them.
Oh, for sure. But Secret, you know, not able to kind of get as much as they were hoping for with that smoke movement and taking advantage of the timing window.
They got an offensive ward down in the base, so at least they're going to be able to see Alliance's movement coming out of there, but other than that, yeah, I agree.
And Alliance will just kind of strut their stuff out. So we'll have to see. Maybe Secret will continue to bide their time. The new Roche is up now if they want to move in and claim that Aegis here.
Yeah, Secret is definitely still in the lead. Like, you can just keep looking at the graph and everything. It's like 12,000 gold lead for them, but Alliance is doing a very good job of distributing their wealth among the heroes that need it. So Mag, of course, doesn't really need much else. He's got his Blink, he's got his Greaves, he's got his 4-staff.
Yeah.
So he's done pretty much farming. Rubik's starting to get a little bit more farm, starting to get a bit more priority. And then Furion and Juggernaut, of course, are just going to be taking everything else on the map. So distributing their wealth properly, and it shows in the fights. And I mean, Secret has been playing a little bit over-aggressive, we could say, too. Like, just from time to time.
Yeah, had they not been so over-aggressive and handing Alliance so much, this game could be as good as over, but they definitely allowed Alliance to kind of punish them for their mistakes and really kept them in this game.
I feel like they felt like they were even more ahead than they are. Like, Envy going for the solo kill on the Mag mid when he has a mech and everything is just... It's like very cocky,
yeah.
Honestly. Like you're not even going for. They had a little bit of vision on the map of like a couple other people, but going for that solo kill, it's like you're trying to kill the core. You're blowing God Strength for that, and there's no objective in sight. So it was either a miscommunication from them or just a bit of just them feeling like they were stronger than they actually are. Overzealous, if you will.
Oh, I will accept that. Definitely an overzealous opportunity, but.
You okay? Says Bulldog.
Yeah, pause. We didn't really get a reason why they had paused, but it seems like there's just a little bit of lag. There's been lag by everybody. Yeah.
Both teams, honestly, though, like they've done a really good job with their warding, which I feel like people don't really point out enough. I feel like vision is a huge impact on a lot of these games, especially when you're coming up to these teams which have played each other before, as well as just in general. Like you get so much information, you get so much on the map when. I mean, it sounds super obvious. It's like, if you can see somebody, you know where they are. It's like, oh, really? No shit, dumbass, But it really is super important because, yeah, you could just get any ward down, but... Yeah, Aka's dewarded several wards inside of their own jungle. He dewarded on the cliffs multiple times already. He gets the defensive wards down. And it's a vision game right now, like we were talking about. Seizing opportunities in the initiation and how you actually take the fight is going to be really important, and vision is a huge factor in that always.
Its own metagame, and... I know as a support player, it's definitely something that can go unnoticed and has added a lot of benefit for Secret in the most part, and for Alliance now for the first time in a while able to kind of get a little bit of aggressive vision.
Not unnoticed in the game by like your teammates and players, but like casters and
everyone on the outside,
and people watching, like
they see big hard hitters and crazy cool items on someone like Envy and stuff, but
even like people who are watching the game and understanding more, sometimes they're just looking at all the opportunities and like all the stuff that's going on. They don't really always see it. Oh, we just see Blitz up on our TV top. He gets it now.
Yep.
Perfect
it
timing.
Is not going to be easy to grab this man, and with that he will be able to TP out and rendezvous with the rest of this team because they have already moved into the roach pit and they're battling out with the big boy here.
Dire advantage.
And they're taking it out very fast. Really not much Alliance are going to be able to do about it. They are smoking and they are heading that way, but it's too late, and they might have to 180 right back out.
So RTZ drops the Blink Dagger, picks up the Aegis, and who's got the cheese? Bulba has the cheese.
Bulba has the cheese. And Secret can now bide their time a bit, but look at this, Alliance moving forward here, hoping to catch Secret while they're just casually farming and feeling like they're confident they just took out this Roach, but swing and a miss on the call.
Gets the Shiva slow on Ake, but
swing and a miss on the Chakra.
They knew that was coming. The ward inside their base, that ward that they placed earlier, they knew that Alliance had smoked out and were coming to take an opportunity, so they placed themselves, positioned themselves on the high ground with Puppy.
And the chase is on.
Get Ake.
Yep.
Very nice map awareness by them there.
One support takedown is nice.
Again, the vision there, just getting them that kill. And them knowing that Alliance is going for that, it's kind of like, I guess, like a bit of a desperate smoke, but the Roshan was already killed and everything. Now we do have Bulba building toward that Hex. BKB finished up on Puppy, so he's going to have a much easier time catching opportunities. Moonshard finish on Envy, so he has 1 or 2 more slots that he can replace. He can always replace the Armlet, even the Echo Saber later on, if you want to. I feel like Echo Saber gives you crazy value, but maybe super late game if you get rid of it. RTZ catching out S4, they get the call on it.
Oh man, he is hitting him hard. S4 will have enough for a buyback, so he reserves the RP, but now they're only looking for more of a follow-up. There's going to be the buyback, and RTZ runs back it away, but yeah, as mentioned, Envy goes to work. There's the RP, and it catches 2. They only skewer back Puppy for this one. Stolen Shotgun will fly out, but he pops the BKB and he four-steps away from the trouble and makes it out from the base. Well, Envy turns it around, looks to go for S4. Can he finish him off? He certainly cannot. There, they'll get it though. They get the follow from Arteezy. That is a tie back there for S4, but Secret have already lost 3 all day, and they're about to lose 4. Alliance
Spinning super hard. Loda is in the back just cleaning everybody up.
Secret in a bit of a disarray as they are just faltering away from doing the objectives now. Arteezy's second life is not much of a life at all, and those Alliance hold.
Those Bloodthorn crits are so satisfying to see. Just like little red number and like, oh, raid boss.
My God.
Great hold from Alliance there. Loda seizing the opportunity, blinks onto the back line, kills Pylai, cleans up Puppey, comes back in, cleans up Envy. It's just like they got kited. They got kited so hard in this fight, and it was just great ulti execution from Alliance as well as the buyback from S4. Hurts him individually, but for the team, it's a big win.
And the Courier also lost here. Fortunately, I still don't have a hotkey because they changed those hotkeys. Where my 2 is unfortunately now Disruptor. But over 3K of a net worth taken away from Secret on that cargo.
So what's missing? Let me see if I can deduce this.
Deduce it? Maybe the rest of the sheet stick of Bulba?
No. He has 4K.
Oh, he's holding 4K still? Okay.
Yeah. 3150. That sounds like it should be an item.
Maybe Puppey item? He's only got 400 gold. Yeah.
He just bought the BKB.
Yeah, you're right.
3150. Arteezy had a Blink Dagger before, and the Blink was on the Courier, so that's 2150, and then they had to have been a 1000 gold item. Not sure which one it was, but it was something. It was definitely that. The Blink Dagger's still missing.
I don't know. Alright, well. Secret will have to put that one on the table in the meantime. Bulba will finish out his Sheep Stick. And now has a Blink, so initiation is there. And for Alliance, you know, every time they kind of get this huge momentum swing, they're still taking things a little slow. We haven't seen them be able to really push past the lines. They still have a tier 2 to kind of take here on the bottom lane. Yet to see them really go for any sort of high ground siege.
Small wins are adding up though.
Yeah, they add up.
Loda is getting close to his 6 slotted level. What does Bulldog have? Bulldog is going to be going for his own Sheep Stick, so a little bit more form of lockdown for him. Which is great, because Envy's BKB is starting to tick kind of low. He's at 6 seconds, 1 more usage and he'll be at the 5-second mark. Which then he'll be easily kiteable from Alliance. Which they've already been doing quite a good job at.
I mean, is it feeling like the window of opportunity for Secret is kind of closing little by little here? I mean,
it does seem like that. Bulba did just pick up a Hex though, which is a huge addition. You know, they have blinking an instant disable now, which they were lacking before. Everything else was just like a blink and a call, a blink and a stun, and those are not instant by any means. A blink and a Hex can give you the opportunity to burst somebody with the Sven. But they do have 4 stabs on the side of Alliance. We do have EGM picking up his Ags, as we were talking about before. So they're getting their window here. Like we were talking about it, how the later this progresses, the better it is for Alliance. Just because of how, you know, Sven reaches his peak point very early, while Juggernaut takes quite a bit longer. And he's got a Mag as well as a Furion to back it up. So now we do have the Hex finished up on Bulldog, and both teams playing very conservatively, sticking together as a group.
And Alliance, one of those teams that they've gone the long mile in many games. This is a team that's very well versed, because you know, like typically I like to say, like when you start getting into later games, like you know, these are the kind of games you don't get to scrim and practice all the time. But Alliance has pretty much been through enough of these kind of games where they are going to be cool, calm, and collect to be able to.
Interesting. So it was just a Blink Dagger on the Courier, but it said 3150.
It definitely said 31.
Are you sure about that now? Now I'm kind of doubting.
I definitely saw 3 at the start.
Okay. I believe you.
Not drunk yet.
Yet.
But Alliance. We've seen him here before, top lane, waiting out. They'll kind of try to bait out Loda in the front a bit.
He's so tanky now though. 3,300 HP. He's got his bots now finished. Blink Dagger, Abyssal. He still has. I mean, he still has the Moon Shard to eat, and he technically has the Blink he can replace. But I feel like Blink is pretty useful, just because of like we saw in that last engagement in the bottom fight. He just jumped onto the back line.
What about for Arteezy here, man? This guy's sitting on a serious wealth of money. I mean, it looks like Timbersaw is nearly at critical mass. I mean, maybe just Boots of Travel too, but...
The builds that we usually see are what? You get rid of they put the Bloodstone down when it's on cooldown, and you pick up like a Dagon 5. Maybe this game even a Sheep Stick.
Yeah. Absolutely. The extra lockdown certainly could help in being able to stop Loda from being a real tirade here.
Yeah, that's like usually the two options we see. Anything else is, I guess you could say, a little bit out of the box, but we'll see what he opts to go for in the game scenario, how he feels about the game.
As we get ready to approach the 50-minute mark here, still Secret hold about a 10k net worth advantage, but as this game gets later, those numbers become a little bit more relevant here. But both Arteezy and Loda now neck and neck as far as kings of net worth individually. And the Jug is starting to kind of separate himself from Envy quite a bit. I mean, look how far behind Envy is now, this Jug. Quite surprising when he was the one to kind of reach almost a near critical mass earlier.
Yeah. Now we do a Pilot Eye, finishes up his Aether Lens now too. So these supports are all getting rich on both sides, except for Purake, who's close to his Force Staff, so he's got a lot of utility on him either way. Force Staff and Glimmer Cape gonna be very useful in these fights, especially because, never mind, they bought another gem. So Secret purchased another gem up on Puppy after losing their original one in that bottom engagement. And it looks like Loda is going to replace that Blink Dagger with a Butterfly. Because, yeah, look, I mean, we know this from basically every time. Sven is not an MKB carrier. It's not very often to see him pick that item up.
So what would their options become at that point once Loda could show himself with this Butterfly here?
They're on a very odd window now. So he does go, okay, so he goes for the Dagon 5 instead of the Hex, which I like, but he actually replaced the Blink instead of the Bloodstone. So that's more of the obvious choice. I think we probably said that at first. But he actually, he straight up just sold the Blink, huh? Okay.
Looks like it.
And it looks like Envy's gonna be going for a Lincoln, so he's gonna be replacing probably that Armlet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, Lincolns could help.
Alliance looking pretty confident now, though. Running up toward that top lane.
Oh, but
we do have a smoke coming up from Secret.
Yeah,
now.
they are
gonna be a big
smoked, and they are heading right for like a flank, a serious T-bone here.
Envy's not there for at least 15 more seconds.
Yeah, he's way over by the side shop right now.
He sells the Echo Saber instead of the Armlet and picks up his Lincolns on that slot. Okay.
Jump in from Puppy, getting the call. Destruction's gonna be there. My God, Arteezy just shreds right through S4 and Ake. And now Secret looking to clean up the rest. Loda's still able to kind of stand and fight. Pulls back is down below. Top between the Ion Shell, forced to go into a Ozzy Slash to try to survive, but the damage is completely mitigated, and Arteezy will zap him down with that fresh new Dagon. And that is 4 taken down from Alliance. Secret just crash right into the flank and get their first huge fight in what feels like the last, 20 minutes here.
They both, Secret puts up the ward and they make the initiation right again, so again, vision and testing huge in this game. They get a beautiful initiation from Puppy. Maybe not the most perfect. They didn't even have to expend wall though, so they get a decent call onto the Furion. They separate the fight, the engagement, and Arteezy gets in on the back line and just eradicates them. And now it's another Roshan going to the side of Secret.
He took S4 out of the fight so quick. I mean, RP, it's going to be off cooldown then for any sort of high ground defense, but without having that tool for the fight, it just leaves Alliance pretty much with one of their hands completely tied.
And Loda fall back there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would have been obvious that Secret would have probably came if he was not bought back yet. I guess maybe he wants to get on cooldown sooner than later. Nonetheless, he's out in full force, and we'll just have to see if Secret are going to hold out a bit or try again to kind of close this one out.
Yeah, great execution coming out from that fight though. Bringing it back to how the game was before. So it was dipping back into a little bit of Alliance, not into Alliance favor by any means, but it was giving them more of a chance of coming back, but now it's coming back into Secret side with the 15k advantage.
As said before though, still have RP and everything to work with here. We'll just have to see how good Alliance's high ground can continue to be on this one, because Secret looks like they are potentially going to be drawing out some sort of invade from the north now.
Timber just does so much damage to these items.
I can't believe how fast he was able to burst through. I mean, I understand he was able to burst through the Disruptor that quick, but takes out Magnus like it was nothing.
2,000 damage with those items is 2,000 up, not a lot when you're looking at a Timber with Dagon 5 and double chakrams.
Yeah. Yeesh. And now Alliance just kind of holding hands here, preparing for the inevitable. Secret looking to close this one out. They have already 1 win secured in the qualifier, looking to make it 2. Alliance yet to get a win. being down 0-2. Probably not the best way you want to be starting out these qualifiers, so they're going to be fighting this one to the bitter end. And Secret make the full rotation down the bottom, looking to keep all lanes pressured. The bottom lane is the only safety zone for Alliance in the meantime, but I mean their spam of being able to just take down these waves is just effortless.
Yeah, they're getting suffocated again in a way. All three lanes are pushing in onto the side of Alliance. Bulldog is at fear of his life to teleport and push these lanes out. The rich get richer.
The rich get richer. And for Alliance, well, they'll be forced to plateau a bit, with the exception of Loda can get with his illusions outside the base. No one else is really going to be able to get much for breadcrumbs in the farm department here, but they'll have to make do with what they already got. Ooh, they see Arteezy trying to TP away, so S4 makes the jump. They will Abyssal lock him down, and he will be taken out. And with only 6 charges on the Bloodstone, he still has a pretty big death timer here. And that just kind of stalls things out.
Check out that net worth change across the board.
Whoa. Boom! Dang, that's close to 3K just for taking down the Timber.
And they did 3,800 damage to him, so that is a tanky Timber. That's a big ult for the bottom lane.
Oh, gold! Caught out, taken out.
Those hexes, BKB expended, but it's a 5-second BKB on Envy anyway. They did use God's Strength too, but still, any kill is a good kill.
But now he's got these sweet hard-hitting illusions. They'll make their move in. Secret not going to be able to kind of pressure into the high ground. Need to wait for Arteezy now.
The great thing about playing Shadow Demon in these games is like you can use your disruption as cooldown or as like a defensive thing in most of the instances. But the fact that it only has a 2-second downtime of your illusions like being up,
yeah,
you can use it defensively on the Juggernaut, and he can almost kill himself.
Absolutely. That's the nice thing with Disruptor, man, or not Disruptor, but Shadow Demon is that he scales so well into the late game just with the benefit of that disruption.
Yeah, the Soul Catcher
and Soul Catcher too.
Well. Even Purge, because it goes with the PKBs, scales very well, but he hasn't seen too much play. He's been kind of coming back into the meta with the Terrorblade picks and after his recent buff of the disruption.
Now Arteezy's back, and Secret as well will be looking to make an invade here in the bottom lane.
And he sold his full Bloodstone to buy Hex.
Range, Rax, set to fall. Wall will be committed. A buyback comes out from Bulldog, and Secret reposition a bit. Arteezy could be caught once more under the Static Storm. It's loaded. He's looking to right with him down. Meanwhile, MD able to kind of move forward. Gets the kills for S4 and EGM. It doesn't matter in the end. They will be able to burst down Loda. He is out without a buyback for nearly 2 minutes. I think this could be a Secret move in for their next set of racks in the mid lane.
That's
it. It looks like it could be over.
There's one more rack second.
At the drop of a hat, Secret make their assault.
Oh,
and that's going to be the end of it.
The racks. There we go. It's perfect opportunity seized by Envy there. He saw the mags next to somebody and he saw the cleave damage. Yeah, completely decimated him.
There's S4 with the RP, but yeah, quick disruption. It's been a difficult game for S4. We saw a couple RPs, but none of those huge significant RPs kind of be game changers here. Ends with a 5-man wipe, but it is Secret who will walk away with the win. They are now 2-0 in the European qualifier. Alliance 0-2.
Alliance they were coming back in this game. It was still, of course, Secret favored. Maybe we made it sound a little bit too much like Alliance was like, oh man, they're coming back so much, but they had some great engagement. They took some great fights. It was just unfortunate for them that top lane engagement really screwed them.
Yeah, maybe more of a lesson learned for Secret. Just a couple of times they got, as you mentioned, a little overzealous. They have to remember to kind of keep patience and not assume that they're that far ahead when really they're not. You know, we saw Envy try to do the 1v1s and ended up coming a bit short. But for Alliance, what would you have to say that they have to really take away from this game? I mean, they lost the previous matchup against the Fantastic Five. Secret, a much tougher opponent. You know,